Welcome back to, I'm looking a little rough around the edges, but welcome back to Strides Season 3. So today we're starting out in the shop as we're going to check our beautiful outfits and double check our stock because I did do a little restocking a little off camera, and we're going to see if we made any beautiful, amazing profits. If we just door, let me through. Oh, I missed again. There we go. Success. Okay, let's see if we made any good money. And we have not made any money since, so that's great. I just want to double check that stock is still good. So what are we gonna do today, you might ask? I don't know. So I'm thinking today, or tonight I should say, tonight we should probably sleep. Goat's head is on an armor stand there. Interesting. I think what I want to do this episode for the most part is really get a good chunk of this area here built up. I've got a pretty good idea what I want to do for the pathways running through here. I think I could do pretty good design for them. We do actually need to finish these buildings here themselves, so we'll probably do that first, and then we will work on building the paths. So we'll do a time lapse of building these two buildings, and then we'll do like maybe a time lapse of me doing the path as well, because that could be cool, I guess. We could maybe get some horses to put in here so that we kind of have a little life going on in our village, or our town, I guess, if you want to call it that, 'cause it's a little bigger, so it's more town-like. We can get some horses, force them to live in here, and give a little life. Maybe some villagers wandering around, but I think that might be a little too much, honest. We could maybe put like some armor stand dudes just chilling out all down the street and whatnot. But yep, we pretty much just need to finish the next two houses, so that is the plan immediately. So we're just gonna jump straight into a time lapse to be building these two houses. So you'll never guess what I'm doing or what I'm about to do, to be more specific. I'm taking the plan and I'm throwing it out the window again. I changed my mind. Well, I mean, we're still gonna work on some more of the houses. We're just gonna do something first, something a little bit more pressing of a matter, and that involves the villagers' location that they live. We are going to upgrade it. We're going to actually build a proper structure around them so that they are safe. I'm just going to have to move a lot of villagers around first and put them all in minecarts. Most of them are in minecarts, some of them are not, but I'm going to have to do that. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to jump straight into a time lapse of building this beautiful building. Okay, so I finished the building. This is our beautiful structure that I've completed. I mean, I say it's finished. It's technically not done. As you can see, I missed a couple things right there. And on the inside, it needs a little readjustment. I need to fix and remove all the villager stuff. I need to turn on all of the lights because it's pretty dark in here otherwise. But yes, here you can see that I am planning on building an iron farm. I don't know if it's gonna work. I mean, I kind of hope and pray that it's gonna work. That's why I put carpet on the roof in like the hopes that it does want to work. You can probably see it a little easier now, the iron farm. It's a pretty simple iron farm. I think it works. It's supposed to make like 300 iron per hour, which is just fine by me because I spent hours sitting around at my base just thinking. Probably work. I hope it works. If it doesn't work, then we just need to spawn proof more around the area. The roof is spawn proof, but I did realize that I have a giant balcony that I have all the way around here that's going to have to be spawn proofed as well, which I got carpet for doing that. And I think that should work together pretty well. But again, the design of this build is the STP foundation, so it is the same like build style. The tower, the kind of tower structure in here is the same build style as the STP foundation uses for their high-rise structures. But we also got to work on that later in this episode, so we're going to get multiple time lapses going, I think, this episode. So that'll be fun. But it's iron farm time. I'm just going to like jump cut build this pretty much. I'm just going to go through, build it, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have finished the iron farm, as you can clearly see. It is actually working. I put the villagers in there. I put the zombies in there. The iron farm is functioning. As you can clearly see, we have iron being produced. I did have to go through and do a bunch of spawn proofing, so I did spawn proof this outside wall. And as well as I had the spawn proof out here a little bit, so I just built up the platform and put moss carpet all along the top, which has been stopping the iron golems from spawning on the ground level down here, which works pretty good because it actually fills out the terrain a little bit better, and it gives it the lack of spawning for the iron golems because they were spawning everywhere. I had to dig the floor down on the inside a couple more blocks because they were spawning down here and it was inconvenient, so I had to dig it down 2 more blocks to stop the iron golem from spawning. But other than that, it is actually working and I am happy with it as well. I have been moving villagers around, not really moving them around much. I just kind of readjusting. So I took down all the stuff here and I'm going to move all of these villagers and they're going to be all right next to each other all the way down the line so I can fit as many as I can down this wall here. We have a back entrance so we can go that direction for whatever reason we need to go that way. We're going to be moving all of these guys around so that they fit better, but that's going to be a later thing for me to do. You might also notice something. My giant diamond and iron block beacon, it's more of a facade. It's full of other blocks, but most of the outside is all covered in diamond blocks. I did a little off-camera mining, as one would do, you know, and I got a whole lot of diamonds and stuff. I was mining around in the water caves because, surprisingly enough, the water caves are really effective for getting diamonds because they don't spawn technically next to air, because if diamonds spawn next to air, they don't spawn as many, so you find like giant veins of like 10 diamonds and you just forge them and you get a crap ton. So this was like an hour worth of mining and I got like 4 stacks of diamonds. It was something else. And I also made like 2 stacks of diamonds from profits in my enchantment bookshop and I had to restock it. That was cool too. I also fought the wither, got a beacon, didn't record it, didn't think about it when I did it, just kind of sped run, got the wither skeleton skulls, which took longer than all the diamond collecting, might I add, to get the skull. But I got it, fought the wither down in the downstairs in the basement, and then floated up here and gave myself haste too. So now we can insta-mine stuff, and I've been insta-mining stone and selling it to the mason boys in the building there, which has yielded plenty of diamonds. We ignore that head exists. I killed a snowman too, but here's the wither skeleton head right there on the wall to prove that I did kill it and did steal the beacon from S3E4. So obviously, the next thing we need to do is we got to actually start working on more progress towards the finishing of the main area here. I've got it completely designed, the entire entrance point, like the gate, the wall, and the other buildings, the pathway and everything. It is all fully designed for over there. We just need to actually take the time to build it. So what we're going to do first, before we really get into it, is we're going to build the last of the 2 houses, which all the resources are here from when I built the first 2 houses, because I gathered everything for all 4 houses. We're going to do that in the form of a very, very quick time lapse. Time lapse 2.0. I mean, while we're here, we might as well just keep going, right? Right? So I hope you enjoyed the time lapse. I quite enjoyed designing this and building it, and so far I'm loving it. We got a lot going on around here, and I want to add a lot more, like such as these tiny little mini blocks that I have. We got like barrels, mini blocks of all different kinds, so we can put these guys around. Like we can have mini barrels, like a mini barrel in the stables, or you know, just kind of like mini barrels placed everywhere. And I think it would just really add a little bit of life build if we just had like mini barrels on top of other barrels. grills, maybe even a pizza tiny smoker on the top. So cute. Love it. I think for the time being, this is probably good enough because I quite like the look of this. It's actually feeling very cool as you walk through this area with an actual gate now, which you can go upstairs in. And there's a little bit of storage here for whatever reason you want to store stuff in there. But it comes up, you can walk over the top, you can see over, you can look back into the town, and yep, it just goes back down over here again. And you know, I love it. I also love the wall design that I've gone with here. So we got like spruce with like a combination of stripped spruce and just regular spruce planks, a little bit of trapdoors, fence post action, got a little color differential, if that's the right word to use, with the birch and the oak just in there, here and there, to kind of just break up brown texture. So there's a little bit of color difference. Then we got the stone kind of like terraformed up into it, which need to adjust the water so it's more terraformed like it is on here. And obviously that wall is going to go all the way around as we build the village itself. So I think that is absolutely amazing. I'm not 100% done though, because I need a bunch of hay bales for in the stables, and there's a couple spots like here, I know, and right around the corner there's supposed to be hay bales, but I just don't have any of them at the moment, and I just didn't have wheat, so I didn't feel like farming wheat, to be honest with you. But right here, this beautiful flat spot, skeleton, I'm trying to chat here, is where a house is gonna go. I've already got it designed. It's part of the blueprint. I just didn't build it because I don't have the materials for it, and I'm too lazy to grab them. Leave me alone. But I think with that being said, I think this is where we're going to end this episode. The next thing I want to do in next episode, probably what we'll start the episode out with, is doing a time lapse of me building up this area here, because I need to build like a cliff kind of thing to make a pathway that walks around a building that we're going to build right here on this little chunk area to hide the farms and such. So we're going to build a path that comes down to connect into the village itself. We'll probably build a bridge. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to build the bridge. Got no design for that yet. Just trying to think about it. But yes, that's probably what we're going to do next episode, and more plans might come up next episode. Who knows? We'll see what comes light. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.